April 28, 1968. A quiet field near McCullers Road, North Carolina. A fire burns in the night. No one knows yet that a mystery spanning 57 years is about to begin. At dawn, a detective arrives. The air still smells of smoke. What remains in the field are fragments, ashes, silence, and a body no one can name. The newspapers print the story within hours. Woman's body found in field. A headline that would echo for decades, unanswered and unfinished. She was estimated to be around 45. Brown hair, wireframe glasses, a blue and white polka dot dress. But her face was gone. The fire had taken that too. In the dim light of the evidence room, a detective carefully opens a box marked 1968, McCullers case. Inside, a single strand of hair, preserved for half a century. Back then, Wake County was quiet. Everyone knew everyone. The thought of a woman burned in a field 6 miles south of Raleigh. It haunted the town for years. One name surfaced years later. Robert Reagan. A man who lived nearby, known to drive those same roads. He was questioned once, but walked free. In the police archives, the detective flips through a file full of photos, burned grass, tire marks, and one name scribbled in fading ink. Reagan. An anonymous witness once came forward. They remembered seeing Reagan with an ID card. The name on it, Holcomb. But they couldn't remember the rest. The investigators returned to the field decades later. The wind had long since buried the ashes, but not the questions. A gasoline can was found back then, half melted. Evidence of intent. Someone wanted this woman to vanish completely. Time passes. The film reels age. But a new kind of investigation begins. DNA, genealogy, and persistence replacing magnifying glasses and cigarettes. A helix of light spins across the screen. Science now looks where witnesses couldn't. 57 years later, there's movement in the case again. 2024. A match. The DNA from that single hair links to a living relative. The name finally emerges. Myrtle Holcomb, born 1919, from Florida. In a quiet room, the detective meets Myrtle's surviving relatives. After 57 years, they finally hear her name spoken aloud again. On the wall, strings connect photos. Burned field, police sketches, a smiling woman from Florida. The detective pins the DNA match card beside her image. The questions remain. The voiceover reads them aloud. Why was she in Raleigh? Who brought her here? Who set the fire? The silence answers nothing. Robert Reagan's photo flickers on the screen. He stands beside his car, headlights cutting through the dark. He died in 1992, never charged. In the interrogation room, an anonymous witness leans forward, their face in shadow. Only a trembling hand rests on a file marked Holcomb. Myrtle's portrait fades in. The blue polka dot dress, the soft eyes. After 57 years, she is no longer a Jane Doe. The detective sits alone in his office. Papers cover the desk. Her photo reflected in his glasses. A life he never knew, but can't stop thinking about. A typewriter keys the words, Case reopened, 2024. Each letter lands like a heartbeat, echoing through time. The camera pans across a modern DNA lab. Machines hum, screens glow. A strand of hair from 1968 spins under the microscope. The past meets the present. Rows of evidence boxes line a dusty vault. One label glows under flashlight. Unsolved, 1960s. Holcomb. The detective walks through the field at sunrise. Birds begin to sing. It's peaceful now, but the earth still remembers. Robert Reagan's photo appears once more, now stamped, deceased, 1992. A suspect who escaped justice through time, not innocence. A digital timeline shows Myrtle's journey from Florida to Raleigh. A dotted line ending in fire and mystery. The detective reviews an old witness note. ID card. Holcomb. The ink has faded, but the clue remains sharp. On a glowing screen, a DNA family tree expands, connecting Myrtle's name to living relatives. One branch glows brighter, the match that solved it. A lab technician loads the DNA sequencer. The machine lights pulse like a heartbeat, carrying Myrtle's story into the modern world. The detective walks through the evidence vault, light slanting through dust. The past watches him as he passes. Technology can solve identity, but justice still waits. The camera lingers on the detective's eyes, tired, resolute. The reflection of a DNA strand glows faintly in his pupils. A reenactment. Myrtle steps off a bus in Raleigh, clutching a small suitcase. The last time anyone saw her alive. Flames dissolve into glowing digital particles. Past and present. Destruction and discovery merging into one. The detective pins a card to the cold case board. Identified. 2024. Myrtle Holcomb. A small act of justice, decades late. The camera drifts through the dark archive. Whispered text fades in. Justice delayed is still justice pursued. Myrtle Holcomb, identified after 57 years. The search continues. A single piano note rings out. Subscribe for more cold cases and mysteries.